Good evening. The swollen Ohio River continues to rise as the threat to homeowners and businesses increases in some areas. The Montgomery Inn Boathouse announced earlier this evening it was closing down because of high water. A short time ago, we received word the Red Cross is opening a shelter for those forced out by the floodwaters. It's at the Boys and Girls Club on Central Parkway. About 30 families from the California neighborhood had to leave their homes because of the rising water. And neighbors came to the rescue when a man in his early 70s was trapped by rising water in his house on West 2nd Street in Augusta tonight. They got him out safely and he's okay. Local 12's Brad Underwood joins us live tonight in Newport. Brad, what did you find when you checked out that shelter?
Well, in between the 10 and 11 o'clock shows, we did go up to the Boys and Girls Club there at Central Parkway and Liberty. Red Cross volunteers setting up the gymnasium as well as the areas where they will feed people if they do show up. There was no one at the shelter when we were there about 20 minutes ago, but as you mentioned, 30-some families had to be evacuated from California. Live in that area. Time you've seen some floodwaters come in. Many people might have close friends or relatives, but for those who don't, they have opened up that Boys and Girls Club. But looking at the high water here, yesterday in the afternoon you could get into these businesses. Certainly not the case here. And about 20 miles up the river in New Richmond, they're also dealing with similar conditions as they've declared a state of emergency, as well as opening up a Red Cross shelter. Unless you have a flat-bottom boat, there's no access to the campers left behind at the River Pines RV Resort. Experienced campers know how this works. They pulled their RVs out of the park the night before.
Yeah, at midnight they were able to still get in there, and as of now, there's no way to get anything in or out.
Josh Thorpe has spent many weekends on the river over the past 12 years with his family, but says it's been a while since the water was this high.
It looks like it's going to get past the road like it did in 2011. So we had to go back in a flat-bottom boat to check on camp back then. So I hope everybody got their stuff out.
Roads are closed, and so is the park. The benches are submerged, and the playground now has a water slide. As the Ohio River continues to rise, so do water levels in the low-lying areas from Kellogg Avenue all the way to Front Street in New Richmond and just about every other road in between, like 8 Mile Road here. Landmark signs like Woodland Mound and speed limit signs are starting to now go underwater.
This ain't nothing. Now, 97, that was something. 64 was something. I was just a kid then.
While memories of 1997 remain superior to some in New Richmond, down the river in Ludlow, Kentucky, several businesses are slowly sinking. Just a week ago, this is what it looked like at the Knights of Columbus. Now, at least 4 to 5 more feet of water has almost swallowed the kitchen. Again, just talking about the impressive rise of the Ohio River. You mentioned the Boathouse Montgomery Inn closing earlier tonight, and we did talk to a gentleman who said he was actually doing some renovation work inside the Hooters yesterday at 2:30. The fire marshal came in and told him they had to leave the area because the river was coming up. I mean, he walked down this ramp now. No way you're getting up onto either one of these properties. And again, information for people, if you know someone who does need some shelter tonight, again, the Red Cross opening up 2 shelters, one in New Richmond and another in Cincinnati at Liberty and Central. Reporting live tonight at Riverboat Row, Brad Underwood, Local 12 News. Anjanette?
Thank you, Brad. Great information for everyone to know.